Kris, a really sound game. You know, you had it in control. Kind of take me through your range of emotions on what you saw and then from start to finish in the third.
You know, I thought we spent more time in the defensive zone. I don't think we gave up very many chances. The two goals, one was a block from our defenseman that bounced right to the guy in the slot. I think there was that one, and then the other one, you know, the 6-on-5 was shot, and the traffic there goes off a shin pad in the net, and you know, not much we can do there. But you know, overall, we spent a little more time in the defensive zone. Probably being a little more safe. That's just human nature, not wanting to make the big mistake and not pressing as much as we were in the first and second period. But, you know, I don't think we gave up many chances.
Leon mentioned after the second goal in the third that, you know, sometimes you maybe can deflate and sit back, and he praised Kane for, you know, getting on the forecheck and really kind of setting up that goal. As a coach, are you thinking, okay, let's just get it to overtime? And you know, what did you make of the winning goal?
No, we're going to finish the 60 minutes, and now we're not going to want to sit back. We put out two guys that were fresh, Kaner, Dylan. They had been playing much with the lead at the end of the game, and you know, Leon put that line together, and you know, it was nice to have the fresh legs to go in there and forecheck and create the turnover. You know, there's a lot of good plays on that. One was, obviously, it starts with Kaner on the forecheck. Another one, Leon made a great pass to Bush and makes a great shot, but also a little subtlety is the Echo keeping the puck in at the blue line. I believe he used his skate to keep that in, and, you know, a lot of good things. And usually it's just not one guy making a nice play. It's a lot of guys. So, you know, I'm happy for our guys, because after giving up that late goal, when you feel like you've won it, you had a 2-goal lead, and they tie it up, it'd be hard to rebound, and they did well.
Kris, Calvin Pickard, what did you think of his performance tonight?
He looked like a guy that had played 100 playoff games. Composed, you know, really solid. Seeing the puck really well. I know there was one third period, they sifted one from the blue line, and there was 5 or 6 bodies in front of him. He snagged it. We weren't sure from the bench where we were standing if he was going to see that. You know, a lot of nice plays. And then not only that, but just the confidence being that. I don't know how many times he played the puck really well, and you know, that's not a guy who's nervous at all. He's enjoying it.
He had never started a playoff game until tonight. What gave you faith, based on what you've seen from him over the last few months, that he could come in here and perform?
You know, since I've been here in mid-November, I've been impressed with how well he's played. The few games that maybe his stats say he wasn't very good, I think go back to maybe December, but I know in front of him, we didn't play very well. We just left him out there to dry and didn't defend well, and I put no ownership on him not playing well, or maybe even the Dallas, I believe he played the second one there. But continually, his starts have been solid. No matter how long he sat, a week, 2 weeks, you know, we have a lot of confidence in him, and, you know, he came up big tonight.
Kris, when you're making the decision to go with Cal and you're kind of working through the calculus of that, how much comfort did it give you the way your team has defended these playoffs in front of your goalie?
Yeah, a lot. You look at our expected goals, chances that we've given up. I believe we're number 1 in the NHL right now. So we've done a good job defending and not giving up very much. And our players sometimes they're going to make mistakes. It's hockey. You can't play a perfect game. No one's ever played a perfect game. And yeah, I'm happy with our guys, how well they've done. And like I said, we'll get back to picks. Just we've had confidence in him coming in relief, and you know, he did it again tonight.
You had a lead for the first time since game 1. In terms of flow of the game and ice time deployment, you know, the big talking point after last game was ice time for 97 and 29. You're able to kind of get that back into rhythm, but also maybe, you know, look at some other things, change up your D pairs. How much does just having the lead and playing with that help you?
Yeah, no, it's you know, it's a lot easier when you have the lead, and also a lot of credit, you know, our fourth line. Janmark, Ryan, Brown, they gave us a lot of quality minutes, and they gave us a lot of quality minutes against some of their good players. And it wasn't like we were playing them out against fourth line. I think they had just as many shifts against their fourth line as they did against their first and second line. So, when you got that, it makes it a lot easier for, allotment of ice time.
Noticed on ice this morning you had some conversations with some of those depth players. What was your message to them? Did maybe some of that translate onto the ice tonight and what you got from them and on the kill as well?
I know it was difficult for them to play those other last two games with the ice time allotted the way it was. And when you're sitting on the bench for a while and then you go back out there after a long period and then you're expected to perform at your best, it's difficult for a player. And just, the idea that was we're going to be using everybody a little bit more, and especially the guys that were going. And, we needed certain guys to step up and play a certain role. And, we need more of a team effort. And I thought the guys really responded and played well.
You expect to go back with Pickard again next game?
We will make that decision, but his body of work tonight allows us to have a lot of confidence in him if we did do that.
And one from Cam, he was asking about what scoring a late goal like that can do for your team's overall confidence moving forward.
I think it does a lot. I think we've responded well. I think throughout the year, we showed that we're mature and we can handle adversity. Well, there's not much more adversity than, giving up a 2-goal lead late in the game the way we did and coming up big and scoring late in the third period. So, just makes the win even sweeter.
Kris, you've talked about Calvin Pickard's body of work this season, how comfortable and confident you were in him. But he didn't play a lot against playoff-bound teams this year. Did that give you any kind of cause for pause in making this decision? And was that kind of a factor at all in your thinking?
Yeah, we did consider that he hadn't been playing, for a long period of time. And, was it a little more difficult, whether than he played, let's just say 3 days ago when he had a stellar game, it's easier to come back with him because that body of work, that he was good. But throughout the regular season, there's been weeks and 10 days maybe between starts, and he was able to show us that he could do it. And also another thing that gives a coach a lot of confidence is what he sees in practice. When I see a guy battling, looking sharp, and it's easier to make that decision.
You changed, obviously, 2 of your defensive pairings. What went into that decision, and how did you think those 2 groupings did?
We won. I think that was a good move. So we'll look at it and, look at the chances and were they positive or negative. But ultimately, we're here to get the victory, and we did that. So I'm going to say was a success.
You talked about how you liked the play all the way today. Is that a line you're comfortable running in the next game here?
I don't see there's any reason to not give Dylan more responsibilities than he had tonight. I thought he was in on the forward check. I thought he played well with the puck, good on the wall in the defensive zone, fresh legs, quick. He's a guy that takes away time and space. And he's also a guy who's a threat to score goals. So, yeah, I definitely consider keeping him up in the top 6. And, it might change a little bit now that we are not the home team. That'll affect my decision-making.
The penalty kill was something that kind of struggled in Game 3 here, but it came up big in the first period. Can you just tell me how you liked how they played on the kill?
It did. He talked about moments that could absolutely kill our momentum. In the first period, I thought 5-on-5, we were really dialed in, 4 lines playing solid. And then we take 6 minutes in penalties, and that could deflate us. And, I thought, it didn't deflate us. I think it gave us even more energy. Those, mostly 6 forwards and 4 defensemen, they came up big with some nice plays. And, of course, the goaltender. You don't have a good penalty kill without a good goaltender.